This is a list of my guilty pleasure superhero movies, man, and I can't lie to y'all. Some of these are ass. Some of these movies suck. But to me, they hit different. On that note, I'm gonna start off with Kick-Ass because I feel like Kick-Ass is honestly a pretty decent movie. I can't lie to you. If you don't know what Kick-Ass is about, basically Aaron Taylor Johnson's character says, I wonder why there's no superheroes, and this nigga puts on a mask and decides to go out and be a superhero for him damn self. That simple ass concept turned into 2 movies, and I'm pretty sure they're rebooting it as we speak. I'm pretty sure this also has a comic book run too as well. I never read it though, all I saw was the 2 movies when I was younger, and I thought they were so hilarious, bro. I just thought it was so silly, so goofy, so stupid seeing this nigga with no powers whatsoever, this nigga that can barely fight whatsoever, go out and say, yeah, I'ma save niggas, and then get his ass whooped. He eventually does get help from Nicolas Cage pretending to be Batman, and it's from his daughter, you know what I'm saying? He eventually has to learn how to fight for the movie to keep going, you feel what I'm saying? But just that concept will always make me laugh, bro. I can't lie to you, if you haven't seen Kick-Ass before, you are missing out on a cult classic, that's what we'll call it. Now, this one's gonna be controversial, but Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, I don't know if it's because I watched this when I was a kid, I don't know if it's just because it has that early 2000s touch to it, but I don't think this movie is the worst thing in the world. Now, I'm not stupid. I know it's not a good adaptation of the Fantastic Four. It's not a good adaptation of Galactus, especially. They did my nigga Galactus dirty, man. I don't know if they did him dirty or Dr. Doom more dirty. I really don't know. I know they fucked them up very bad, but this movie just has so much charisma, man. It has so much charm. It literally, this is whenever I think of an early 2000s movie, bro, superhero movie, I'll say, this is one of the ones that come to my brain. To me, at the end of the day, the Fantastic Four is what matters the most. And I feel like all 4 of them, you know, some more than others. I feel like Johnny Storm the most, probably, felt like they really were a part of the Fantastic Four. Like, these characters were really pulled out of the comic. But if I'm being honest, this movie definitely has that child bias to it, because I remember seeing this movie when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Some of the coolest powers you'll ever see as a kid. You see this movie again, even as an adult, I'm like, takes me back to those glory days. My third movie, I feel like this is the one that people are going to understand the most why it's a guilty pleasure of mine. Sky High is one of the most fun superhero movies of all time, bro. Disney's early 2000s movies too, so you know it has that 2000s feel to it, that 2000s touch. And even for it being an early 2000s movie, I feel like the CGI is pretty decent. I haven't seen this movie in years though, so I could rewatch it and be like, wow, I was completely wrong on that part. But yeah, I thought the story of the kid learning his powers, eventually getting them, and his parents being evil, very Invincible like when I really think about it. Like, wait, hold up. What is this story? Invincible? What I really like, his parents were pretending to be good people, you feel what I'm saying? Pretend to be the heroes. As soon as his son gets his powers, they switch up and try to take over the world and turn niggas into babies. Don't think I forgot about that. Trying to turn niggas into babies. Crazy plan. Damn, bro, I don't know. The more I think about it, the more I feel like Sky High is Invincible coded, which would explain why I love Invincible so much, and which would explain why Sky High is a guilty pleasure for me. It can't just be me that remembers so vividly that scene of them pulling up to the high school for the first time, and the coach was like, we got to test your strength. We got to test and see what you guys can do. I think some nigga just casually lifted up a car like it was nothing. I was like, damn, I need superpowers now. I'll give it a ban. I really hunted at those 3. So I'm gonna use this opportunity to talk about a 4th movie that should have been a cult classic, that should have been a guilty pleasure movie, and that's Captain Underpants, the movie. If you are around my age group, that means you must have been growing up with the books, bro. Back when they were dropping a book every single year, I read all of them, bro, and I thought it was the funniest shit in the world. Obviously, it's stupid. Obviously, it's little kid humor, but this movie should have been a generational movie for little kids and, like, you know, maybe even for us young adults. This movie should have been the classic kids movies we're getting nowadays, full of pop culture humor, slight references, and things that make the movie stand out amongst the bunch. This movie didn't have any of that. It's basically just a reenactment of the first book with no flavor, no swag, no aura whatsoever, which I feel like is a disappointment, which I feel like is wrong, because even as a little ass kid, bro, I always thought to myself, if they made this shit into a movie, it is going to be huge. It's going to be a mega series, a mega franchise, and they eventually did, 10 years too late probably, and it was a flop. This might be one of my top 10 biggest superhero flops of all time when I really think about it. I gotta make that list soon. But yeah, that's a list of my guilty pleasure superhero movies, man. I'm trying to know what y'all think about that in the comments down below. What are y'all guilty pleasure superhero movies, man? It can't just be me that got a few. You feel what I'm saying? Let's talk about that and more in the comments down below, man, because you know we gotta talk about it. Sim.